On the spot news media, we got the latest news. We don't care about the views, we just representing right. Put local news internationally every night. On the spot, wave that Jamaican flag from left to right. Let's get it right, y'all know the type. We ain't dealing with the hype. We make it take flight.
Yeah, man, my viewers and subscribers, what go on. A blessed and wonderful Friday morning to each and every person out there tuning into On The Spot News Media. Now, my peeps, I don't know how we do it over on this side each and every morning. We have to give thanks and praise to the Most High Creator for the preservation of life, because life is indeed the greatest. So in the morning, my peeps, I have a few stories to share with you, the regular members of Chan Public and also members of the diaspora. So please like the video, share the video, watch the entire vlog so you can get a full understanding and a better appreciation of everything we are going in Jamaica. So watch this now, my peeps, to the name Friday, the day when Mr. Smile upon some of the ones and ones them pocket. So while it's out there traversing the streets from Moran Point to Negril Point, please safe travel, pan the gravel, but as always, my peeps, continuously look out on the corner here, cause the old dirty corner boy them always out there. Alerts, yeah man. So we're gonna kick it off this morning with all knockings and clappings, but the case is yet to be tried. Now the trial for this man presently on your screen, Omar Collymore. The man said to be accused of arranging the knockings and clappings that took the life of his 32-year-old wife at the time, Simone Campbell Collymore, and also the life of a 36-year-old taxi operator, Winston Watson, back in 2018. Now, that trial is scheduled to begin in February of this year. Now, the trial is expected to last 15 days. But the thing about this case, it has also arisen suspicion and also a reopening of a similar type of case in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, where the said man, Omar Collymore, was the main suspect in a knockings and clappings of a similar fashion of his then girlfriend. Now, the two similarities with both the one in Fort Lauderdale, Florida in the United States and the one in Red Hills in Jamaica is that both females left insurance policies to be paid in his name in case they lose their lives. Now, as it relates to the knockings and clappings in Fort Lauderdale, the Fort Lauderdale police has renewed their interest in the 2008 knockings and clappings case of this female presently on your screen, identified as Angela Aguiar. It is said that Angela was taken out in a hail of bullets sometime about 3:30 on June 30 of 2008 in downtown Fort Lauderdale. The police stated although her knockings and clappings, the man who deal with the knockings, remain at large, the court documents in a civil case points to the boyfriend at the time, which is Omar Collymore, as the main suspect. So his case in Jamaica will most definitely start trial on February 12th of next year. The trial, however, is expected to last a maximum of 15 days. This was disclosed on Thursday afternoon when Omar Collymore and his co-accused Kerry Jonas, Shakila Edwards, Michael Adams and Dwayne Pink appeared in the Home Circuit Court downtown Kingston. They are to reappear in the Home Circuit Court on February 7th for a continuation of the trial readiness hearing. So let me give you a brief rundown of actually what took place according to the police report. It was reported that on January 2nd, 2018, Mr. Watson, that's the taxi driver, was transporting Mrs. Campbell Collymore home when gunmen opened fire on the vehicle along Stanley Terrace in Red Hills, St. Andrew. It is said that Mr. Collymore was arrested at the Norman Manley International Airport just a day before his wife's funeral. Red flag. Yeah, man. So in March of 2021, one of his co-accused, a criminal element identified as Wade Blackwood, was sentenced to life imprisonment after pleading guilty to the knockings and clappings of Miss Campbell Collymore and also the cab driver, Mr. Watson. So he also stated that is the man that pleaded guilty, Wade Blackwood, that he was forced to carry out that wicked and brutal act because of a misplaced firearm by the other co-accused. Yeah, man. So this trial will most definitely be one that piques interest, and On The Spot News Media will most definitely be covering it and bringing it to you, the regular members of Chan Public. Now, my peeps, knockings and clappings go on over there in the East Kingston Police Division. Now, presently on your screen is the now deceased man, identified as Keneal Wilson, said to be an ex-member of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, now taxi operator. He was taken out in a hail of bullets yesterday evening. Now, as it relates to that knockings and clappings, information reaching On The Spot News Media is that sometime after 7 p.m, it is said that Keneal Wilson was standing beside his motor car along Kensington Road when armed men walked up to him and engaged him in a brief conversation before knocking it and clapping it upon him. It is said that his licensed firearm was also stolen. He was, however, taken to the hospital in a bid to save his life, but sadly, he was pronounced you-know-what. No motive has yet been ascertained by the police in relation to his brutal slaying. Poor me, I tell my peeps, the thing rough. Now over there in the parish of Clarendon, a 21-year-old Nackis and Clappis plead guilty and get 2 life sentences. Yeah, man. Now, the Nackis and Clappis in question is a criminal element identified as DeAndre Grant, said to be a construction worker of Belfield District in Manchester and also Canaanites in Mapen, Clarendon. So he pleaded guilty earlier last month on an indictment with 13 counts under a plea deal. The charges consist of 2 counts of knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of 2 persons, 2 counts of wounding with intent, 6 counts of making use of a firearm to commit a felony, and 3 counts of assault with intent to rob. Now, Justice Leighton Pusey, in handing down the sentence, accepted the sentence recommendations of the Director of Public Prosecutions, the DPP, but credited the criminal element for the 6 months already spent in custody. Now, the criminal element was given 2 life sentences for the knockings and clappings that resulted in the loss of life of 21 years old Chanel Mushet and also that of Catherine Matthews. The judge, however, ordered that he serve 20 years and 6 months for the knockings and clappings of Catherine Matthews, but granted the DPP's recommendation parole period of 24 years in respect to the knockings and clappings of Sunil Mushet. Justice Pusey stated that the sentences was reasonably given that Grant went on a rampage after his first knockings and clappings. Consequently to that, the judge also ordered him to serve 23 years and 6 months before consideration of parole. The criminal element was further sentenced to 20 years each for 6 counts of the gun charges and 15 years each for the wounding charges and 10 years for the assault with intent to rob charges. The judge, however, ordered that the sentences are to run concurrently. Hence, Grant will only serve those sentences whilst serving his life sentence. So basically, the 23 years and 6 months, that is what actually stands. Yeah, man. Now moving right along, my peeps. St. Elizabeth again. The thing rough, and this time 2 men end up losing 3 pints and the house firebombed over there in Goshen, St. Elizabeth in the wee hours of this morning. Now let me give you the official police report as it relates to what took place this morning. Then of course on the Spot News Media will give you what he got on the ground as it relates to the same knockings and clappings. Now, head of the St. Elizabeth Police, Acting Superintendent Coleridge Minto, has confirmed the incident and stated that his detectives are presently on the scene doing their preliminary investigations. Now, preliminary reports suggest that earlier about 1 a.m., residents heard loud explosions and saw smoke coming from a house. The police were called and the bodies of 2 men were found with what appeared to be some serious corner wounds all over their upper bodies and head. They were, however, subsequently pronounced, you know what, same place upon the spot. Now, statistics from the police show that up to December 2nd, the St. Elizabeth Police Division recorded a reduction in knockings and clappings that has resulted in the loss of life of people, with a number of 29 being taken out since the start of the year when compared to 38 for the corresponding period last year. Now, information reaching on the Spot News Media is that this man was the main target. This criminal element here, presently on your screen, was the main target. Said to be a known chopper. And when time I say chopper, I not talk about the man with a chop bush with machete. Them man here a choppy line hard. Is a scammer. Yeah, man. Now, it is said that early in the morning, he and his uncle was down at Goshen, right at the truck stop there, so, where his mother owns a bar, and he also have a house in that same vicinity being built. Now, it is said that them slap them where the 2 of them get can up seriously, as I stated earlier, and then the man them firebomb the house. Boy, may I tell you, the thing rough. Now, that is the life of a chopper for you. Now, police who was on the scene early stated that his phones was also taken from him. So you know, say the chopper them phone are for them main tools of trade. So I guess the assailants, the criminal elements that took their lives, decide say them take the phone, forget the rest of client them. We don't know. But as I stated, early days yet. So information surrounding this will most definitely be unearthed by On The Spot News Media and present to you as to maybe who or why his life was truly taken. Yeah, man. So anyway, make we continue. Now over there in the Westmoreland Police Division, yesterday Thursday, the body of a man was found along the Pullet Lane main road in Petersfield, Westmoreland. He has since been identified by the police as 33-year-old Dwayne Williams, otherwise called Monkey Man. The police stated that Williams was last seen alive by a relative sometime about 10 p.m. on Wednesday at Pullet Lane. Residents stumbled upon the body sometime about 8:30 Thursday morning and summoned the police. Upon the police arrival, the body of Williams was seen on its back with what appears to be multiple tap-up wounds and chop wounds all over its body. The police also stated that a black shorts was rolled up in a ball and stuffed in his mouth. He was, however, transported to the Savannah Lamar General Public Hospital, where he was officially pronounced, you know what? Boy, may I tell you, the thing just get more brutal and brutal every day. Now, the last thing that we are going to talk about, my peeps, is this story where a mother throws her baby girl to death during an argument with her spouse over there in the parish of St. James. Now, an innocent 5-month-old baby girl lay lifeless on a block of ice in a morgue, whilst her mother is facing charges in a suspected case of infanticide. So according to the St. James police, the baby was allegedly thrown from a 3-story concrete structure in the Barrytown community on Wednesday evening. It is further alleged that the child's parents were engaged in a heated argument where the father refused to discuss their relationship. Now, On The Spot News Media understands that it was during this time the child was allegedly thrown from the roof by her mother, who went to the 2nd floor to consume bleach before leaping from the said building. The incident was reportedly witnessed by the woman's 8-year-old daughter and an alarm raised by the child. Now, both the mother and the infant were urgently taken to the Falmouth Hospital. The child later transferred to the Cornwall Regional Hospital due to the severity of her injuries, which included significant trauma on the side of her head, the police stated. The infant was pronounced, you know what, at the Cornwall Regional Hospital on Thursday afternoon. The police investigators also stated, and I quote, "They continue to investigate as the community seeks to come to terms with the tragic event. Mental health professionals have been called in support of the affected family and residents," the police also stated, end quote. Now, my peeps, them people here drink mad puss piss or something. What can really go so? You and your baby father have an argument over the relationship, and you take your own pitney and fling it off a roof. I'm convinced, you know, say something seriously a go on in a Jamaica. Death, doom and gloom hovers over our heads because them type of behavior no normal, none at all. How could you as a mother give birth to your child and deal with your own pitney like a rag doll? Boy, may I tell you, my peeps, the thing rough. No star. I'm convinced there is a whole lot of clean clothes, mad people a walk up and down in a Jamaica. Yeah, man. But anyway, my peeps, drop some comments in the comment section as it relates to that particular story. So anyway, remember to like, share, subscribe to the channel. Stay tuned to On The Spot News Media as I continue to bring you fresh news and updates in subsequent newscasts. On The Spot News Media. Yeah, man.